Greetings one and all, welcome back to my kitchen here today. And yeah, I am back in my home kitchen. My regular viewers will know I've been over in Kenya. My video output has been sporadic to say the least. Just a few little snippets here and there of what I was doing over there, off topic. But anyway, hopefully you forgive me. I was busy, quite busy over there getting married. So yeah, I've got a good excuse. So yeah, back in my home kitchen for this one, but I am going to keep with the Kenyan theme. I'm making a Kenyan beef dish called Tumbukiza. And Tumbukiza is a well-loved favourite, I guess like a Kenyan sort of comfort food. And it's just a simple one-pot sort of soupy stew thing. There's variations on it, but the basic premises of it, I think Tumbukiza means it's just one pot and you cook everything in one pot, and it's yeah, it's consumed, actually it's considered a bit of a hangover cure, and I can attest from personal experience on it, it actually works in that regard. If you're hanging out with some Kenyans that like to have a few drinks in their off time when they're not working, yeah, this works a treat the next day, get you back on track. Very healthy. Alright, let's get on with it. So the first thing I'm going to do is, in my pot here, like I say, one pot, I've just got 1.5 kilos of beef, and I've managed to get this beef that's sort of still on the bone, like it's all in sort of chunks, and I actually brought it that way. The butcher had already cut it up, like some's very bony, some bits are like more meaty than others, and that's good. Now before I put that onto the boil, it's basically a boil dish, I am just going to make a little paste. And what I've got, let me see, is 6 cloves of garlic. I've got a big knob of ginger, just roughly chopped into chunks. Now this is totally, absolutely totally optional, but I've got 1 large cayenne green chili. I'm going to whack that in too. I might just tip a little bit of water into there just to help it. It doesn't matter if our paste is watery, it's all going into this watery soupy stew mix anyway. Alright, let's get it going. So into our beef mix, beef pieces, goes that sort of chopped up, sort of minced a bit, garlic, ginger and green chili. Get it all in there, don't waste it. I've got 2 red onions that I've just cut into chunks. I'm going to cover this with water. A bit more, I think. Add a good amount of salt. I'm going to get that onto a boil, then down to a simmer, and I'm going to simmer that till the meat starts getting tender. Alright, I'll see you soon. Alrighty guys, so this has been simmering away now for bit over half an hour. Yeah, it's looking good. My meat's starting to soften up. I'm just going to add a few more ingredients to our Tumbukiza now. I've got 3 medium-sized tomatoes that I've just chopped into chunks. I've got a couple of carrots that I've cut into sort of larger bite-sized pieces. And I've got some of these baby potatoes that I'm just going to put in whole that I've peeled. Now, typically there's usually tomatoes and potatoes in there, and you can sort of add any sort of vegetables you've got lying around, really. That tomato will sort of break down and become part of the broth. What I might need to do is just top it up with a little bit more water. And same thing, we'll just get that up to a boil, back down to a lower simmer, and just let it keep simmering away until our potatoes are cooked right through, and carrots. I might just quickly mention, I was talking about my wedding in Kenya. I know there's some people, previously I've put a few little snippets of my fiance and stepdaughter and that on video. So the whole wedding we did, it was actually a traditional luau wedding called a nombo, and yeah, it was a big deal. It was a big occasion. If anyone's interested, what I might do is, there's going to be I'm not uploading it, but the company that did the video will probably upload it to YouTube. They haven't done it as yet, but I will put it, when they do, in the description. I'll put a link to that in the description, just in case you are interested. Alrighty guys, so my Tumbukiza there has been simmering away probably for another half an hour or so. I've just got a skewer there, and I've been checking these potatoes, and they're getting quite soft. Same with the carrots. So yeah, we're just about ready. The last thing I'm going to add to it is, I've got a packet of baby spinach, just a small packet please, and I'm just going to throw them in. And I've also got a couple of handfuls of coriander leaves, and I'm going to throw them in. And we're just going to gently push that down into the broth, sort of give it a bit of a stir up. And all we're going to do with those greens is just wilt them down. So basically, as soon as they hit that broth, it's ready. And I'm going to turn the heat off. And we're going to serve some of it up. Alrighty guys, so I've just served up a plate of my Tumbukiza. Really happy with the looks of it, and yeah, I can't wait to try it. So let's give it a go. Let's just try a bit of the broth to start with. Ah, yum. That is absolutely delicious. Now, in Kenya, they would typically serve this with a starch, and most typically some ugali, which is that beautiful maize sort of flour, kind of like a soft, I've done videos on it before. It's like a soft doughy sort of thing that they have with everything. and it's delicious, but I haven't made any today. But to be honest, I can't get the gali flour here. I've made a gali here with corn flour, and it works, but it's just not the same. So I haven't bothered today. Actually, there's a good video where my beautiful wife, fiance at the time, makes it on a video when I was in Kenya in August. I'll put a link to that at the end. It's yeah, it'll give you an idea. She cooks a couple of dishes, but ugali's the main one. It's a really just yummy taste, that broth. It'll go with anything, whatever you want, bread. It reminds me in a way of a couple other dishes from other countries, like bololo from the Philippines, or suey from Fiji. Very sort of similar profile, like cooking those beef bones really gives that yummy taste, and it's a little bit, there's a bit of fat dissolved into that water that's obviously come from the fat in the beef, but I guess fat's flavour. Anyway, let's try a bit of the beef. Speaking of it, there's a bit there. Yeah, we've got those greens on there as well. Yeah, just yum. That meat's gone really soft. There's a hint of that chili, I put that green chili in there. You can definitely taste it's there, but it's not like really spicy. But it's there. It's like I say, that's optional anyway. Look, guys, what can I say? It's a very, very simple dish, but it's very, very delicious, and it's very, very typical of what is eaten in Kenya on a regular basis. So I'm happy to showcase it. I'll give you a big shout out to Sharon and Hira, my wife and daughter. How you guys going? We'll be together again soon. Alrighty guys, I will see you all next time.